Oh yeah, så skal jeg i vise more Hogwarts Legacy. I forgot what I was up to.
I'll be quieter than a job.
Ah ja, I forgot there's some with me. Yeah.
Lucky, that's all. You are terribly outmatched. Surely you can get accustomed to that. Red Rock will lead us to victory. There you are. I feel as though you're not even trying. Arrogant child. Let's get this over with. I'll get you. I think you know who you're dealing with. Solid ground. Someone's been taken out last me. Why drag this out?
How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Revelio.
Not sure what I did to deserve that.
Smashing.
Should have thought to climb the stairs. That bridge, you see.
Revelios. Confringo. Revelio. Repair.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war. Not sure what I did to deserve that. Quieter than a jobberknoll. We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
Up for a bit of dying,
Leviosa!
Stop! I'm afraid of heights! Put me down! Stop it!
Leviosa!
This will not go well. Who do you think you are? One less you. I'll cut you from shoes to shanks.
We're not finished yet.
Almost as if they were waiting.
Wait, how did that didn't kill you? Where are they coming from, all these? Ah, you bugger. Oh yeah. Anyway.
We certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have a monopoly on bravery, you know. A rune symbol above the cavern door.
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it. Revelio.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols.
Wingardium Leviosa.
These runes must be connected somehow. Try casting at them more quickly.
No, it don't work. Oh, damn it, I need to... Let's go and do this again on our YouTube channel. Hey, games, don't say what to do in the game. I'm trying to hit them as quick as I can.
Perhaps try casting at them in a different order, and be as quick as you can.
From getting the cameras ready.
Let's see that one.
Not sure what I did to deserve that. Wasn't expecting that.
Wolf floated back to me, as if in the weary haze, in the watery haze, how long I'd been unconscious. Can't leave that on the... Also here's how long I'd been unconscious. I only remembered his eyes, empty of sorrow, yes. But also, I recall feeling a sense of in how's that word on here in horror, whatever. As I watched the pain vanish, but then everything started to turn. When I fell, I must have hit my head. I neither feel or see a mark, but the pain is throbbing. I can only hope it's not the Black Death. At least he's no longer in pain.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Revelio. Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganark was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
Okay.
Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Professor Fitzgerald has confirmed what she needed to. I have to complete the next trial as soon as I can.
There's nothing you can do, can't do anything else.
Revelio.
That
Aloha
human's now
more.
teaching herself.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Attention, I have been advised that various members of staff would like to organize a social gathering. I have no objection to this and shall leave it to those who influence a fantastic issue. If you guys read this, just read it. That such achieves fall outside of school hours. Of course, that. And that nothing to juggle as the trait of my concerns should occur. Likely I shall visit on the date, but we'll review the invitation. I receive and my observe will will ma will ma the enchantment. Also, one half of an hour should be successful, and please be mindful that any sort of musician piece would be straight. These Black Nigel. Uh, Nigel Black. P.S. No coverage shall be served less than a straight rat or kindly. Also, please try to limit the under involved in the first of four. Gosh, yeah.
Revelio.
Buggy closet. The old cover is set as one of these coming powerful boggarts. That five brothers working together could really replay as the shift among Wolf, Tornado, a plate of haggis, a, a, a hungry horntail, and someone's mother-in-law. Yeah. What you fear the most?
Revelio.
Um,
Mine now, demiguise.
I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
so there. Oh, there's a tree.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to... I hope you follow, son.
Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life?
Just dogs in his rope.
Aloha Mora.
Universal Weasley, thank you for your owl and and overjoyed to hear that this most recent crop of 7th years include a number of students who may be both interested in and well suited for a career at the ministry. Of course, the duels will provide the confidence for the latter, but equally invaluable to our recruitment process too is your option to have an unique presentation given your experience with us, and for that I am truly grateful. I look forward to further days as the term progresses. Respectfully yours, Grace Spivin, Mystery Magic, London.
Revelio.
Who's it?
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio. Lumos.
Okay.
Revelio.
What doing? Got blue powder. Questions? I want, let's see, he's close, he's closer. I really want to see, I want to speak to Centaur. Very cool. Yeah, seen him. I was talking, same as went past. He's close. Where's his on?
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
That's right.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Okay.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Mrs. Reed, we do hope you will reconsider helping us with this banking needs. We're giving you an
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Revelio.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Revelio.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there. Sir.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Ah. My father always told me.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Okay, I don't think you've seen it, did you? Let's play one more. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop this here.
The footprints led to this room.
Guys, I'll stop it here, so I'm gonna play it right after, okay? Guys, I want to say thank you for watching, leave a like, and subscribe to Tom's Good Day, like I said in the videos. Gieselson.